I'll toss that up again just for the hell of it.
As you do that, I would like to point out the comment French onion soup turned Shaeandra.
I'm sorry?
Apparently, I'm hearing this from a reliable source at that. French onion soup turns you on.
I mean, I love French onion soup. I love going to, and I'm fucking weird. Like, I go to different restaurants and I try and find the best one. And if one bumps it out, then I kind of want that to be the place I go when I want to eat French onion soup or like whatever meals, right? But I'm also incredibly weird even with that. I don't like slimy onions. Like, crispy onions are okay, like onions finely chopped, whatever. But you know when the onions get like slurpy and slimy? I hate it. So, but you need the onions in the French onion soup. You need the onions, because if you don't have the onions in the French onion soup, it doesn't absorb all those delicious oniony flavors. But they're slimy little bastards in the French onion soup. So, you take the French onion soup, and if you could strain, I mean, if I'm eating it out at the restaurant, I just eat it down to like the onions, and then when I'm like sipping the broth out of the bowl, I just use my teeth as a barrier so I don't get any slimy ass onions in my mouth. However, if you're making it at home, or if you have someone who will make it and is an excellent cook, Annika has done this for me. You make the French onion soup with the onions, and then you strain out the onions, and then she just eats them. She likes onions, but then I don't get the gross ass onions. And that is one of the most neurotic, stupid ass thing. But whatever. So then it's just French soup, like C7 said. But it has to be cooked with the onions at first.
I didn't hear a denial. So I will say that
I mean, yeah, as much, it turns me on as much as any food where, like, you know, if you get like a really good wing with some nice sauce, you know, or if you just get like really good French onion soup, you're like, oh, fuck, this is so good. Like, if it's too salty, like, there's a number of things that can go wrong with French onion soup, okay? French onion soup is one of those things where, okay, you can fuck up the cheese. You can fuck up pretty much every part of it. If you just, like, grate some cheese into a bowl, no, you have to use the specific kind of cheese that stretches over the entirety of the bowl, right? And so there's a little bit of cheese melty bit on the other side of the bowl. Like, you can't just take regular ass like marble cheese and grate some over it and think like that's like the poutine without the actual curds, right? Like, you can't do that. That's not, you've made something, but it's not French onion soup. First point. Second point, the bread, right? I've seen people, they'll take like croutons or something and they'll just like dunk it into the thing, or like, you know, they'll take like the wrong kinds of bread. You can't do that, all right? The broth, way too salty in some instances, like way too salty. Some people try and make it like cute, you know, they'll be like, oh yeah, we do ours with like a nice brandy or something, right? And it's just like, no, just like, no. You know, so it's so many things, so many overabundance of onions, those slimy little bastards I was talking about, and like almost the whole soup is onion. Like, no. So yes, French onion soup, if made properly, oh, that is some sexy ass food right there. Oh, that's another thing. Robin Tribble just reminded me. So like a really nice chicken sandwich too. Hey, thanks, Ethereal. Following a really nice chicken, a spicy chicken, like a buffalo chicken sandwich, right? Like a nice bun, like something that I'm not as picky over, but like, I don't know, nice something like ciabatta or something like that, right? And then, you know, chicken strips, chicken breast, whatever, tossed in a really good buffalo sauce, you know, so that it's just, I don't like any sandwiches and like food in general that's super dry, like unless it's meant to be, but like a dry sandwich with no sauces or no nothing, nah. But like, yeah, just a really good buffalo chicken sandwich with sweet potato fries and chipotle mayo for dipping the sweet potato fries in. It's such a good combination. The sweet potato fries, they gotta be a little crispy. They're like really floppy, kind of like wet sweet potato fries. No. But the ones that have a little bit of crisp, a nice little crunch to them. Oh, damn. Wait, what happened? Annika just died laughing, and I feel like something happened.
What do you mean?
I don't know, yet like I finished my rant and your chat exploded and Annika burst into laughter 2 rooms away. So I'm like, what'd I say? What happened?
I don't really know what
Oh, fuck you! You've been ratted on.
Betrayal.
You wound me up about this. You did this on purpose. You mentioned the sexy French onion soup. It's not my fault I like to eat good food. And food that I consider good. You know, a chicken strip, a tendy, a fingy, that could be just as good as some crazy thing you spend 5 hours on. Like, good food is good food. If it tastes damn good or it's done the way you like it, man, that's some good shit. You could be the king of grilled cheese or whatever. If there's a way you like to do it. Some people use mayonnaise. That came up just last week, Sig?
Yeah.
Some people have like they're like, oh, instead of using like margarine or butter or whatever, use mayonnaise and then grill it. Hey, fuck, if that's how you like it and you make like the best grilled cheese you've ever tasted, you enjoy that grilled cheese. Person, fictional character I made up.
Carlos.
Damn it.
Trouble?
I'm eating and I'm overexciting myself.
Just proving Annika right, huh?
Back to Brownie, okay? So Brownie, very easy thing to tell based on your
people
preferences.
like
Tons of chip-its, you know, like Brownie. Some people like that crumbly, dry Brownie. Those people are wrong. But some people like some ice cream over top of it, so you get like that warm, cool explosion. Oh, it's so good. When the place brings it out, when the restaurant brings it out, like if you're into like a really moist dessert, but if they bring you the right Brownie, the one that you're like, oh hell yeah, then you know you could go buy it from the store. No. This restaurant brought you exactly what you wanted. Oh man. I was also gonna say that this is micro to like my situation in Montreal. I'm trying to find bad food, and specifically what I mean is, I'm trying to find shitty Canadianized chicken balls, like you know the Chinese food, massive air quotes. That's just the fried chicken balls. With the sweet and sour sauce that's red, that's just like loaded with terribleness. I've had a craving, and I keep going to Chinese restaurants. I keep ordering through like Skip and whatever, and they say sweet and sour chicken, like all that. And what I get is this big wholesome tub of like, it's got the like sort of sour sauce, but then it's like broccoli and like chopped up veggies and chicken and like pieces of chicken, and like sometimes they're not even deep fried, and like all this stuff, and I'm like, I just want my goddamn fried chicken balls with the terrible red sauce. I don't want actual good for me broccoli in a bowl. I need to find, and I thought like the first couple of times I was like, well, you know, maybe I just like, you know, went to an authentic by accident Chinese, but like I need to find a you know, an Americanized Chinese food, but I can't find any in Montreal. I've been to like 3 places now.
Rick, he wants his white spaghetti, not this good food. It's funny. I have the remnants of an order of General Tso's chicken next to me that I had for lunch/dinner, and I grabbed with when I was out with my mother earlier today. Which I told you the story of the idiot in the Chinese restaurant.
Yes, yeah.
But I did not tell you all. So I placed the order. I'm waiting in line. There was a guy ahead of me. He had placed his order. He didn't call ahead like I did. So he had been waiting for a bit. Like he was just standing and waiting when I got there. So I basically had to order around him because he wouldn't move. And I do so, and then I wait, and then he gets his food. And he goes and sits down and starts eating. There's this older guy, like 60s, 70s, in like the booth across the aisle from him. who's also waiting on his food. And I didn't hear exactly what he said, but he mentioned, like, basically, I can only imagine that he asked something like, have you found Jesus Christ? Because the guy flipped out and is like, don't start talking to me about Jesus, and started yelling at him and swearing. And it was a whole thing, and it was escalating. And the staff there were getting annoyed, and they're like, excuse me, sir, you can't eat here. And he was basically like, no, fuck you. And he started swearing at them. And it's like, well, you should have told me that before I sat down and started eating. And all of them just very calmly pointed to the sign next to him that said, no dine-in. We're basically like, we're observing COVID protocols. So he kept swearing and threatened to throw the food at them. And I thought I was going to have to fight a guy, because I was not, I really didn't like where that was going. But he walked out, and everything was okay. And I said to the people as I like, I'm so sorry, and told the guy who he was swearing at to have a nice day, and went the hell home. And all that was prefaced, or rather, prefaced by something I saw on Twitter before I left. It was an article that was trending, where I forget who wrote it, but it posed the question, are people nicer during COVID?
I mean, I think certain communities have certainly come together.
I think that's...
world at large, though?
Mm-hmm.
Lord of Cakes used to live in Montreal. He about to hook me up with some shitty chicken balls. Hell yeah.
Lord of Cakes coming through.
I cannot believe they went quiet for a minute or two and then come back and they're like, "Oh, I found a chicken ball place." Oh, hell yeah. Chat, stop chatting. I have to copy that message.
Yeah, I'm a big dude. Whether or not I have confidence taking on a stranger really depends on how angry I am, because I don't want to hurt people. Oh, that is rude.
Caged, you ass.
Caged, why would you ever do such a thing?
I got it though. Oh, this is perfect. This place only has like 3.8 stars. That's great. Some people like it, some people don't. Perfect. Thank you so much. Where do I? Okay. Chicken. No. Oh, right. It's not going to be called chicken balls. It's going to be called poulet something. How do I say chicken balls in French? How do I say balls? But like balls in the context of chicken. Boulet de poulet. Is it really boulet de poulet? Does it fucking rhyme?
I hope so.
Bonjour, monsieur. Oh God, God, my French is still so shitty. I'm just gonna simplify it. Bonjour, monsieur. Un boulet de poulet, s'il vous plaît. Enchanté. I mean, my accent is awful, but I'm also not. I do try not to have the I don't actually give a fuck about French Ontarian accent, like when I'm actually trying to speak. Like if I'm like, if I'm trying to actually speak and I'm trying to be like, j'apprends le français, donc mon vocabulaire est très mal. Like I try a little bit, so I'm not like je suis Napoleon. Yeah, I was just being stupid. Annika's bonking me with my own mic.
It sounds deserved.
Tell me when I can say it.
Hey, whatever, my mic swivels.
Boule de poulet.
Woo! Yeah, I can't find chicken balls either, Lord. They don't technically have to be balls. Like some Chinese places just do like pieces. They're still like deep fried, but they're just like pieces of chicken. And they have that red sweet and sour sauce, right? That's what I'm looking for. I like it when it's in round ball form because like, I don't know, texture thing. But like either one would be fine. I have not tried fish balls.
Orange chicken is different than what he's asking for, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking for, I don't know what sweet and sour would be called in French. Sweet and sour. And I there's no guarantee that is it agre de? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I think Shay would die if he ate anything oyster related.
Yeah, seafood's not really something I enjoy. I've been getting better. I had some sushi that I actually like the taste of pretty recently. But there are certain things that I also don't. I'm a big texture eater. And like, there are certain things that I also don't really want to try. I try to live by my Nan's like, how do you know you don't like it if you never tried it, right? So like, I will try to try anything once, but there's a couple of things like oysters and clam, like stuff like that. And like,
oh, they're not actual.
Lobster and like crab, like the little pinchy boy, the little talon on your plate that you're just supposed to crack open and feast on the ooey gooey. Like, no, thank you. I'm okay. And I have tried crab, like if it's mixed in with, it's kind of like strawberries. I don't like biting into an actual strawberry because there's all the bumpy little seeds on your tongue and everything like that. But I enjoy the taste of strawberries.
Yeah, that is deceptive in name.
What?
Rocky Mountain I knew it wasn't, but I just saw oysters and assumed. But yeah, Rocky Mountain oysters are bull testicles.
Oh.
Looks like deep fried. They're a trap.
And evidently fear is not a factor for you.
They are meatballs, that's true.